We have Sanjoli Banerjee today, and her score is 9.0 bands in Ielts speaking. And the best thing is that her overall score is also a very encouraging one, and that's 8.0. So welcome, Sanjoli.
Thank you.
Sanjoli, let's begin. What's your name?
My name is Sanjoli Banerjee.
Where are you from?
I'm from Karnal. It is located in Haryana. It is 125 kilometers north of Delhi and is equidistant from the state capital Chandigarh and national capital New Delhi.
Do you work or study?
Well, I'm a student currently and I'm pursuing Bachelor's of International Security Studies at the Australian National University, Canberra, and I'm in my second year.
What is so special about your city, Karnal?
Well, it is a very clean city. It has a great community, a very educated one. Moreover, it's very environmental friendly and very clean and tidy city. Moreover, we have great research institutes like the National Dairy Research Institute, the Wheat Research Institute, the Soil Research Institute. So it is a city that is inclined towards education.
Wonderful. Now let's talk about your leisure time activity. Do you have a lot of free time?
Well, since I'm a full-time student, I don't really have a lot of free time. However, I try to extract some time for myself to rejuvenate myself and introspect within myself. So that's it. Yeah.
What do you usually do to relax yourself?
The best way to relax myself is listening to music. I love listening to Hindi Bollywood music or English music. Moreover, I love watching documentaries. So that's what I do in my leisure time.
Okay, now let's move on to cue card. Fine, here are your questions.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. Your time is over, Sanjoli. Her questions are: describe a memorable event in your life, and you should say when the event took place, where the event took place, what happened exactly, and explain why this event was memorable for you. Your time starts now. You have to speak for 2 minutes.
Well, I have experienced a lot of memorable events, whether it be me being awarded by the Chief Minister of Haryana or my other memorable events abroad at my university. But here, particularly, I would like to talk about the time. It was last year during this time in October when I was awarded the People's Choice Award by the Australian National University where I study and the Lions Club International. It was an oratory competition where 7 students from the entire university of 15,000 students were selected. So I was one of those 7 students and I was representing my college, the College of Asia and the Pacific, for the oratory competition. The topic of the competition was the most important lesson you have learned in your life. It was a very intriguing and very interesting question. Um, and I was selected to express my thoughts on it. I was given a time span of just 5 minutes. I spoke about the journey of social work and how the important lesson of serving others I had learned. So I believe that how if a person comes onto the earth, it's very important to serve others and share your happiness with others, and that's the lesson I had learned, and I talked about that through my speech. It was very memorable because I had stepped out of my home country and I was in a foreign country. I was going to make an impression in a new audience, in a new environment, and I was awarded the People's Choice Award. And fortunately, the people who elected me for this position or for this award, they were not at all acquainted to me. They were all very senior people. So they were very impressed with my thoughts and they voted for me. So that was a very memorable event and it boosted me and encouraged me. And since then, I have been speaking frequently.
Good. Now, Sajoli, let's move on to part 3, that is discursive part. What is the role of ceremonies in our lives?
Well, ceremonies are a good way of uniting people. They are a symbol of togetherness, and also they are a good way to carry forward the legacies or the culture we are from. So, ceremonies are an integral part of our life, and they are also a good break from the monotonous life we people are living.
Good. Do you see the role of private and public ceremonies changing in the future?
Well, yes, I think the role of ceremonies are changing a bit. In this mechanized world, we have actually lost to acknowledge the value of ceremonies in our lives compared to the past. So I think we need to regain that. Otherwise our life would be very dull.
Wonderful. Now let's talk about attitudes to marriage in your country. Have attitudes to marriage changed in recent years?
I believe earlier, especially if I talk about my country, India, marriage was more like a responsibility, and it was more like that there's a fixed time frame, so everyone has to get married, and it was something that was already fixed. But now I think the notion is changing, and it is more like the marriage is treated more like a friendship between two people, and it is actually coming together of two like-minded people. So of course, with the exposure and the education, the notion of marriage is
Fine.
changing.
So, Julie, let's talk about events of national or global significance. What sort of national events make headlines in your country?
Well, in my country, first of all, policies related to the government, so the political events make headlines in my country. That's very important. Secondly, for Indians, I believe Bollywood industry and the Hindi cinema industry is quite important, and they are the people that our citizens look up to. So I think they are also some people that make headlines in our country. And apart from that, the international events that take place that also affect our country. They are the other events, and then sports too.
Okay, now we have the last question, and that is: does the media in your country pay more attention to global or national events?
Well, media, I think it's both. This digital media, this print media, there are some channels which are totally balanced. So they balance the news between national and international news. But I think, as far as I know, I think they are more concentrated and focused towards the national news. So they talk more about the political news in India, the cultural things, the social events happening, and the sports in India than international news.
Thank you very much, Sanjoli.
Thank you very much. It was a great learning
Yeah, your
experience.
interview is over, and I'm pretty sure that the ideas that you shared with everybody, they will make a great difference. Thank you very much. And let me tell you that you have been a witness to the interview of a 9 band score holder. And I would say that it's an amazing experience when you really talk to the candidate who has scored more than what you have scored as a trainer. My score was 8.5, and her score was 9. So it's a great honor for me as a father, as a trainer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.